What has been the biggest challenge you've encountered on your data transformation journey? Is it people, process, technology, or maybe a combination?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge is really that change agent. Although it can be super rewarding to work on transformations, you get to fix things, you get to be innovative, you get to add real value. It's super hard, right? Motivating others to embrace the vision at the early stages can be really challenging. You have naysayers, you have people who are like, we've done this already.
Right.
What's new this time? Really, you're in this role. What do you think you can do that's different than anyone else can do? I'm busy. I got, stuff. This is something that now is added to my plate. How's this really benefiting me? So I would say having the kind of stamina and resilience to keep going when there's kind of negativity around you at that early stages is really important. And I think for me, believing in, so strongly in what we're doing, and that we're pointing in the right direction, and that we are doing the right thing for our bank, for our customers, for our employees, really helps to quiet some of that noise at times. But I think having that positivity, that optimism, that we are really doing that right thing, being that cheerleader for our team, our larger team, our stakeholders, is super important.
Very good. Very good. As one of the key executives for Scotiabank, helping to drive the data and analytics strategy, you are responsible for establishing long-term strategy and vision. How do you balance strategic have to get done? They may even include a proof of concept.
Yeah, so I think this is a great question, right? We're always trying to find a way that we're balancing both strategic and tactical. And I would say, when you first started transformation, it's overwhelming. There's so much that you can do, right? And so I think it's very important to pick those 3 or 5 strategic priorities and stick to it. It's like ruthless prioritization. You just need 3 or 5 things that people can anchor on, that you can communicate, and then the tactics fit into that. So, in the tactical initiatives are, again, that balancing act between short term and long term, because you do want to see some quick wins so that people get what it is you're doing as you're building out for the longer term vision. And so I would say a good example of this is at Scotia. Our strategic vision is that the business units will be able to self-manage their data. Right now, as you can imagine, this is new for many of the business units and our control functions. In terms of complying to standards and policy, but tactically we need to show them how we get there. So what do? We kind of have a 2-pronged approach. One is looking at the initiatives that are most valuable to them and then helping them, right? We talked about, cleaning up data quality or whatever that is, also helping them on their proof of concept, where we need to access data and provide insights. We work with the business units on that. And then at the same time, the businesses get what it is we're doing. And so then we can start to identify those roles and responsibilities within the business units that become those data champions, those data stewards. So having those short-term and those long-terms is important. And I would say, just to wrap it up in terms of strategic and tactical, your strategic priorities will change over the maturation. So it's not like it's just set in stone forevermore, right? You want to be able to as you mature along the continuum, to adjust those strategic priorities and those tactical initiatives as well.
That's great. Yeah, self-service and pushing that into the business units is very important.
Mm-hmm.